guys, we are going to talk about different literary works from each region. And here with me are my group mates. And we are the Group 3!
Let's start from the first regional author from Region 1, Francisco Sholem Jose.
He was a Filipino writer. He was born in Rosales, Pangasinan on December 3, 1924 and died recently on January 6, 2022. He is a National Literature Artist of the Philippines, which was bestowed upon him in 2001. Jose's novels and short stories depict the social underpinnings of class struggles and colonialism in Filipino society.
Example of this work is Puppy Love.
Puppy Love was all about love between Jake and Gina. They were in love with each other for years, but unfortunately, Jake had married and had a family. One day, Jake found out that Gina was in prison and tried to help her, but she refused, and she realized it was him who she loved.
Moving on to Region 2, we have Edith Cutaran Tiempo.
Edith Cutaran Lopez Tiempo was born in Bayambong, Nueva Vizcaya on April 22, 1919 and died on August 21, 2001. She was a Filipino poet, fiction writer, teacher, and literary critic in the English language. Her poems are intricate, verbal transfiguration of significant experience as revealed in two of her much anthologized pieces, Halaman and Bonsai. As a fictionist, Tiempo is morally profound. She is an influential tradition in Philippine literature in English.
Example of her works is The Blade of Fern.
The Blade of Fern. It is set in the exotic background of the little mining village of Nibiucal in the southern Philippines. A Blade of Fern sketches a panoramic vista of rural life and problems of survival among miners prospecting for gold.
And now we have Region 3, Francisco Balagtas y de la Cruz. Commonly known as Francisco Balagtas and also as Francisco Balcazar, was a Filipino Tagalog literature and poet during the Spanish colonial period of the Philippines. He is widely known and considered one of the greatest Filipino literary literatures for his impact on Filipino literature. And one of his works is Florante at Laura. Florante at Laura is a sustained poetic interrogation about the nature of justice, truth, and human commitment to social political equality by heralding stories between father and son, ruler and ruled, lover and beloved, Christian and Muslim, and man and woman. And now let's move on to Region 4A. Jose Protasio Rizal Mercado y Alonso Arreola, or also known as Dr. Jose P. Rizal, was a Filipino nationalist, writer, and polymath athlete at the end of the Spanish colonial period of the Philippines. He is considered the national hero of the Philippines. Born on June 19, 1861 at Calamba. Died December 30, 1896 at Rizal Park, Manila. One of literature work is Mariam Makini. The story was all about Mariam Makini, who is known to be the guardian of the forest, who was in love with a hunter that comes in the forest. Later, she found out that he married a mortal woman. Thus, she was hurt. From then on, people believe that Mount Makiling, which looks like a girl suffering, is Mariam Makini.
Region 4B, we have Jose Y. Dalisay Jr. Jose Y. Dalisay Jr., also known by his pen name Bush Dalisay, was born on January 15, 1954 in Romblon, Philippines. He finished his BA degree in English at the University of the Philippines in 1984 as cum laude. He finished 15 books of different stories, plays, and essays, of which 5 of those books won the National Book Award from the Manila Critics of the Philippines. One of his famous works is the story of the Soledad sisters. Soledad sister tells the story of two sisters, Soledad and Aurora. Soledad was a nanny in the Middle East, and there, M. Valdez Jr. Abdon M. Valdez Jr. is an award-winning Bicolano novelist. He has written and published different short stories, poems, and novels in English, Filipino, and in the language of the Bicolanos. One of his famous works is the 100 Islam. 100 Islam is a compilation of short stories of no more than 150 words set in the Philippines. It includes all kinds of short stories: love, betrayal, crime, revenge, legends, parable, phenomena, outrage, joy, sorrow, whimsical, funny, and the other world.
Tiwan St. John's, Region 6, Literature, Western Visayas, Mark Anthony A. Grijaldo, was born August 11, 1980 in Iloilo City. He is the graduate of Mass Communication from the West Visayas State University. He started writing the poetry in 1998 and 1999. He became the fellow for the poetry in Iligan National Writers Workshop and the UP National Writers Workshop in Davao City. Lihim ng Alitaptap, his first attempt in writing the screenplay, was a finalist in the Third Star Cinema.
This is another literary work from Region 7. The author, Diosdado Alesna, was born in Karkar on May 18, 1909. Studied at the Karkar Institute, Cebu Provincial High School, University of the Visayas. He taught in the public schools, served in other civil positions, and retired in 1972 as an administrative officer of the Cebu District Engineer's Office. He started writing in 1920. Alesna created the verse from Siniloy. His best poems are Ang Gahom sa Awit, Kalimti ug Biyae, and The Sakristo sa Balabag, all Ludabi Prize winners. He was honored in 1966 as Ludabi's most outstanding poet for the last 10 years. His many pen names are Diodi Mangloy, Tancredo Rigor, Reynaldo Lap, Buntia, Melendez, La Roca, and Flor de Lis Macaluloy. This is the background author of An Iroy na Tuna. Docente was a member of the Sangiran San Binisayaha Samar of Leyte, Academy of the Visayan Language of Samar and Leyte. His most famous work is the poem An Iroy na Tuna, which means the motherland. Docente was born on May 14, 1883 into a well-off family in Palo, Leyte. Hi, what I'm going to read about is one of the literary works from Region 8, titled An Iroy nga Tuna. An iroy nga tuna, matamis pagpuyan, bisan diin siplat, puros kasangkayan. Aaninan, hinagpit, naging kalipayan. Hira nanay, tatay, pati kabugtuan. Kahiblon, sa dughan bation, inin Pilipinas, dayuday uripon. Ay tuna nga akong natawhan, hain daw an hinigpit nga gikan kalipayan. Salamat uyamon hinin kalangitan. Waray na mabugon nga at kasakitan. Kay adton uripon nga nayon, labis mapait pa, kayhan kamatayon. Magampo inin katiripon, nga di bumalikan at kauripon. Kairohan at sumusunod kon, tulo nga bituon nga adlaw matunod. I'm going to share to you the literary work of Miguel Ruiz in Region 9 Zamboanga Peninsula. Most of Miguel Ruiz Enriquez's works, The White Horse of Ali is about the quaint Spanish or American colonial culture of the people of Zamboanga set vigorously against an Islamic background. The White Horse of Ali taught us not to revenge to other people on the bad things we had experienced. Otherwise, we should understand things that God had planned on us.
Jose Maria Flores de Cava, born in Gabriel de Oro on 1945 and he died on 1976. He studied at the Ateneo de Manila University but he dropped out because of the financial constraints.
One of the author in Region 11 is Joanna Lim Beatriz. Joanna Lim Beatriz is Associate Professor of Literature and Creative Writing at the University of the Philippines, Mindanao. She is the first single author collection of listed themed works published in the Philippines. She wrote her stories in order to rectify the invisibility of lesbians in the Philippine culture. One of her works is Women on Fire. Women on Fire is a debut fiction collection of Joanna Lim. All but one of the stories focus on the lives, struggles, and loves of Filipino lesbians. Thoughtful and beautifully written, they are stories of women searching for something they want to have or think they have lost.
And now for the Region 12, we have Bartolome del Valle. Bartolome del Valle was born on September 18, 1912 and he died July 1987 at 74 years old. Bartolome has 12 works and 28 publications and holding 42 letters. He also wrote Darapatra and At Sulaiman. Then Darapatra at Sulaiman is an epic story that was all about the fight of King Darapatra's brother Sulaiman with the monster.
Hi guys, this is RJ Ganding and this is my work, The Caraga Region or the Region 13. One of the famous authors in the Caraga region is Francisco Sionel Jose, or known as F. Sionel Jose, a Filipino writer that one of the most widely read in the English language. A National Artist of the Philippines for Literature, which was bestowed upon him in 2001. His novels and short stories depict the social underpinnings and colonialism in Filipino societies. One of his famous literary work is The Pretenders, or published on 1962. The Pretenders tells the story of Antonio Samson, who returns to the Philippines and marries into a wealthy industrial family. His growing sense that he's not only been betrayed by his new family, but also betrayed by his own people, and believes that leads to suicide. His life and death leave an indelible mark on his wife's family, and publishes his thesis, which influenced the next generation of revolutionaries.
The Return by Edith L. Chempo. The poem The Return by Edith L. Chempo is about the human ability and tendency to return to past glories and regrets through memory. The poem is told from the point of view of an old man remembering his past life experiences when he was a young sailor and adventurer. The return is not only remembrance of things past, but it seems to suggest that a man can never return to the place from where he came. For example, when reflecting on returning to the place of his memories, the narrator calls himself an old man cracking bones of his embarrassment apart. The idea is that time represents a prison for anyone seeking to go back, and perhaps the idea of returning brings more anguish than satisfaction.
NCR region, we have Andres Bonifacio. Andres Bonifacio E. de Castro was a Filipino Freemason and revolutionary leader. He is often called the father of the Philippine Revolution and considered one of the national heroes of the Philippines. One of his famous works is the poem Pag-ibig sa Tinagbuang Lupa.
Charles Teng Mangasakan II. Charles Teng Mangasakan II, he is an advocate of the Moro culture, a filmmaker, and a writer from Tagalungan, Maguindanao. He was born in a political family. His grandfather was Narco Matalang, the founder of the Mindanao Independence Movement, which was formed in response to the Jagida massacre in 1968. He is immersed in his works. Some of his films are captivated by history itself and tells different story timelines also from perspectives of other people. Forbidden Memory, one of his successful films, studies of people's collective memory and the policy of genocide around the West that led to Mansbong Massacre of 1974. It summons remembrances and memories of the Philippines in the 19th century. about 1,500 men from Matisbong and neighboring villages in Pilipinas. With that, it is a country story from the Marcos region.